Hello, it's me. I heard you wanted to buy a Mustang. That was bad, guys. I am so sorry for singing like that. Hello, this is Hunter with LostSocketGarage. I hope everyone is doing amazing out there today. It is a sunny, balmy 40-something degrees outside and about 20 in the shade. So hope everybody's staying safe out there. This is weekly Mustang shopping with LostSocketGarage. My camera's a little sideways. Guys, I like changed up my desk and stuff, you know? So I'm like, this new area for me. I'm still using the shop work light for like key and fill light. But, you know, baby steps. Baby steps, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. So, what do we do here on this show? Basically, what I do is I go through and I look at a bunch of Mustangs and tell you if they're good deals or not. LostSocketGarage, we specialize in Coupe to Fastback conversions, and we do a lot of research as far as pricing and values, etc. So, I wanted to start a show where if you're a person out there that just wants to buy a coupe or buy a fastback, or they want to buy a coupe and turn it into a fastback, so that you guys have a good source of knowledge as to what you should be looking for. So today we're going to be looking at prices and we're going to be looking at some live listings. So if you dig the content, like, subscribe, do all of the stuff. It really, really helps us out. If you guys need Mustang parts, we're affiliated with CJ Pony Parts. It's where we get all of our parts from. There's a link in the chat and down in the description for the Coupe Fastback kit, as well as just a general link for CJ Pony Parts and a couple of other partners that we have here. Primo Lighting. Thanks, JR. I appreciate that. You know, I work with the tools that I have. Nah, mean. So, what we're looking at here today, we're not sponsored by Classic.com. It's just a really good tool that I've found and I've used over the last, few months. Basically, if you want to buy like a classic car or higher end car, you can come to Classic.com and you can see basically all the listings for that and what they've sold for. So here we have Mustangs. So if we want to take a look at the pricing of a 67, 68 Mustang, this is a fastback. Our average price on a fastback, let's see, there's a few subcategories here, but in general, over the course of the last 5 years, you got 935 of them have sold for an average of $61,000. So an average price for a 67, 68 fastback is about, $60, $65, $65. Someone find me a $65 fastback, please. $65,000. So kind of how this works, and I've kind of played with this tool a little bit, but you can hover over it and see like a brief overview of the listing. This one was obviously nuts, crazy resto mod thingy, 517. But you can also see that it says, Barrett Jackson. They pull from Meekum. They pull from Bring a Trailer. They pull from a bunch of them, right? So this is what the cars are actually selling for. So now let's take a look at a few listings. Now, I'm here in Salt Lake City, Utah. I offer brokerage services. I can go look at these if they're fairly close to me. I'm more than happy to go look at any of them. Can't see the screen. Aw. Thanks, Derry. I'm just showing you guys, like, my face. That must have been horrible to go through for that long. I forgot to hit the transition button in OBS. I'm not going to make any jokes there. So anything close to Salt Lake, I'm willing to go look at these for you. So KSL is like handles like the Four Corners area, etc. So most of these, they don't have there's just not a lot for sale locally right now. Most of these I've covered, but I'm going to cruise through these real quick. So hopefully we can get to some new ones. This is not a real fastback, A. B, I know the guy selling this. C, it has been converted. We didn't do the conversion. I know who did do the conversion. At the price, this is a steal, right? Does it need some stuff done? Yes. So kind of like my prerequisite going into this car and showing you guys this car is, yes, it's got a lot of new metal on it. the conversion is done, I would just want you to bring it to me first, have me look at it, verify measurements and stuff like that. There's a little bit of metal work that needs to be done on the car as far as like floor pan and engine bay. But at 12 grand, you're getting a clean titled 60. I don't know if this was yeah, this is a 68. Some of you may be like, oh, obviously it was a 68 because of these. Well, we actually use 68 quarters even when we're converting a 67, just because more people like this style. But, you know, this is a Scream and Deal clean title, C code, 68 coupe that's been converted to a fastback. It needs a little bit of work to get home, you know, to the home stretch, but Scream and Deal at 12 grand. Reach out to me, LostSocketGarage@gmail.com. Happy to give you the lowdown. Lowdown. Okay, let's look at coupe pricing real quick. Say what's up in the chat, guys. I'm lonely over here behind my well-lit desk. Okay, so we are looking at a 67 coupe, hardtop. Yeah, nope, that's the wrong one, kids. No. OMG. Good Lord.
I'm just, you know, sometimes it just doesn't, it doesn't pan out for you, you know.
Let's see, that's a GT hardtop. We don't want that. That was 65, 66. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So average price, and I will tell you guys, I'll kind of spoil the ending for you. Average price for a 67, 68 coupe, it's about 23 grand. That's running and driving. So there are going to be ones here that you can see that are, you know, have sold for 61 grand or whatever. This one specifically, if memory serves, it was built for like a Ford dealer owner in California, and it's like matching numbers. I don't know, it's custom or whatever. That's the only reason it sold for that much. You have some resto mod ones, like you have these outliers, but the average price is going to be 23 grand for a running driving coupe. You're going to find stuff like this that's a lot cheaper. I'm surprised they even put it on an auction site. So keeping that in mind, this is a GT. We actually had a category for a GT. Let's see, GT hardtop, only one for sale. Okay, so when you're looking at this, I'm a little bit of a data nerd, right? When you're looking at like an average price of something, understand that if you click on these, they're going to be outliers that are going to bring the average price up, right? So this one is a 428 Cobra Jet. Like, of course, it's going to sell for 120 grand. But the average price, 43 grand with a couple of outliers. We're probably close to 30 grand is what this is going to be worth. This guy's at 35, so it's got to be impressive. Do that one. This one, JR, this one. Vinyl top. Again, you're always going to run into potential issues with a vinyl top car. They rust so easily. I mean, like, honestly, if you're looking to do a coupe to fastback conversion, you want to find a 6-cylinder vinyl roof car. Like, that's the way to go. They're going to be really, really cheap. They're going to be rusted to shit, so you can drive down the price. But this one is... I've shown this one before. It's really nice, but there's some stuff here that pisses me off. Like, if you need to see the VIN number, figure something out other than a wire wheel, you know? I don't know. Let's see here. ACO GT, 289 high performance engine. I don't think it's 289 hypo. I think it's just high performance engine. Automatic trans, hydraulic lifters, blah, blah, blah. Listed at 50K, but willing... Car's ready to go, listed at 50K, willing to negotiate. He's come down. He has negotiated himself into a lower price already, ladies and gentlemen. 35 grand, we're still a little steep. I don't think he's going to find a buyer till he hits right around 30. I think that's going to be kind of like, that's where I would sit on that one. It looks like it's in good condition, but meh. 65, 66 Mustang coupes. Again, they're going to run around 20 grand, 21 grand. They're slightly cheaper than a 67, 68. Overall, 67, 68 is the most expensive. So looking at this 65 base. Let's see. No trades. This is a 6-cylinder car, which means no one's going to want it, unfortunately. Not at that price. I think it's too steep on the price. So I usually run across like a really nice 6-cylinder coupe, and he doesn't even have door cards in it, man. Like the floor and everything looks nice, but you know, keep in mind that 6-cylinder has to come straight out. Like no one wants a 6-cylinder coupe. So, and to do that, it's not just a simple swap. You know, you need to change out your rear end. You need to change out your brakes. Like it's a swap. You know. So the price is. I mean, he's got these halo lights. It's kind of dressed up. It looks pretty good. It's probably been gone through. A Sunday Cruiser for 11.5, maybe. I'd like it better at 10. And I'd like it at 10 if I had like a spare motor and transmission. I could just swap it right over. Yeah, no, it is a manual. You're right. You are right, JR. Okay, so this one, I was actually thinking about looking at this one for a customer. This one's very, very clean. Running driving coupe, again, 67, 68. Average price is $23,000. Let's take a look at the. Well, first off, let's make sure it's not a 6-cylinder. $289. Dope. Okay. So taking a look at this one, I'll see if I can get a good picture here. So places that you're looking for rust on a coupe, it's very, very important that you check where your quarter panel meets the drop downs. And it's very, very important that you check around your wheel wells. Every single time there's going to be rust here, unless the car's been gone through or it's just a rust-free car. It's an outlier, right? Another thing you're going to worry about is that battery tray. Everybody's going to replace the battery tray and typically that front engine panel that goes there as well. This car looks really nice. Coberly. Yeah, this is dope. Air conditioning, let's see, $289. Acapulco blue, automatic transmission, power steering car, air con. Like this thing's souped up, man. 20 grand. This is a great deal. This is in Rexburg. That's a great deal. Not for a coupe to fastback conversion. Don't buy this and send it to me to cut in half. This one's too nice, but it's a solid deal on a coupe. Let's take a look at. We're gonna take a look at probably 2 more on here, since there's only that many. So if you're looking at fastbacks here, 65, 66 fastbacks are cheaper than 67, 68 on average. Quite a bit, actually. So if we go to 65, 66, yeah, I mean, we're it's like a 10 grand, 10, 15 grand difference on the average pricing. And you're going to find just a ton more 67, 68s that are selling for that, like, you know, 80, 90, 100 grand mark, right? So average price, 50 grand, 51 grand. This guy's right on the button. Price will only go up. I don't know why the price would only go up if everything else is already going up, right? Rangoon, very clean. 302 motor, 4-speed trans, nice paint, blah, blah, blah. So this has been gone through, definitely. I've showed this one. I think I showed this one in the last couple of weeks. This is a beautiful car, guys. Beautiful car. Very well done. I need high-res photos, though. No signs of rust. You know, one thing you can kind of tell if he's a car guy trying to sell a car is he'll take pictures of body lines. So always pay attention to this, right? He starts taking pictures of these body lines. You want to focus on that. Also, it's a good sign that he probably knows what he's talking about, right? Again, always look for rust on wheel wells, but this thing's fluff and immaculate. Damn! Oh, except for that. I remember this. A little bit of surface rust or paint peeled off. I don't know. Look at that center console. It's just a beautiful car, guys. I don't know. Would you pay 50 grand for it? Leave it in the comments or the chat. Whatever you're looking at right now that you can type on, tell me if you would pay $50,000 for this vehicle. It's pretty and it's worth it. I think it's a great deal. All right, we're going to look at this. You know, I'm going to use this car as a little bit of a word of caution, okay? This car this car is a 20-foot car, okay? Meaning it looks very good from 20 feet away. It's got like the Eleanor front bottom nose on it. This is a 66. It's not, I don't know why he says it's, maybe this red is just weird because this is an orange car. We've actually done, and of course I don't think he put any pictures of it. We did a wiring harness in this car. We did, let's see, wiring harness, gauges, and we did a couple of like little odds and ends. And there are a lot of issues with this car. Okay, it sounds great. It runs fairly well, but there's a shit ton of issues with this car, metalwork wise. So 18.5, I know the dude has a ton of money into it, but you have to be careful about these cars because you can walk up to this and look at it and be like, oh man, you got the modern gauges and all. Oh, you got stereo, and you got a new wiring harness, and you got the Eleanor kit on it, and you got exhaust, and it sounds awesome, blah, blah, blah. Make sure that you do your due diligence. Take a magnet. You're going to find that there's a lot of rust under there that's just been covered up by poor 15 or whatever lining. So, again, this car, I wouldn't buy it. I really hope he's not watching right now. I feel bad. It's just like the car is... It needs work. All right, let's catch up on comments. Jed, what's up, man? How we doing, baby? 50K? Yeah, easy. I 100% agree. Beautiful car. Beautiful car. Make me get on my phone to type. I can't type on the TV. Well, it looks like you're doing great, Drifty. You're doing well. Thanks for putting in the effort. That's what sets you apart. Come into the shop, dude. Come hang out for a minute. Let's see here. Okay, so if you're enjoying the content, like, subscribe, do the YouTube stuff. That is the easiest, freest way, awesomest way to support the show. If you want to support the show further, I've put a link in the chat for the Coupe to Fastback kit. So if you're following along at home and you're wanting to build a Coupe to Fastback, you have a donor coupe, you're wanting to turn it into a fastback, we have a ton of videos on how to do it. And the link to get the kit is actually in the chat. As well as in the description of the video. If you go down, we got CJ Pony parts. When you guys get the kit through them, it makes us look good, helps out the shop. We partnered up with Eastwood recently as well. So if you click the Eastwood link, you get $5 off. We partnered up with VPN and Surfshark VPN as well as Delete Me. Delete Me's nuts, man. It's one of those. Okay, this is not a pitch. Like, if you want your stuff taken off the internet, click the link. But like, seriously, not a pitch. My information was like 1,000 different places. It was fucking nuts. So you pay these guys, right? And then they remove all of your phone numbers and shit from all the data providers. Dude, it is crazy. I had to do it for the spam calls because, my God. I don't know. Link below. Thanks for you guys' support. We have a lot of merchandise coming as well. You can actually get a Lost Socket Garage shirt. Just go to LostSocketGarage.com. Buy a shirt. Open a trades. Moving on. So, so this group is part of the reason that I kind of started this show, because you'll run through these fastbacks for sale and you get like all these laughing emojis and stuff. And I'm old school. I've been doing cars for a long ass time, and I was into Subarus for a long time, and really it didn't matter what car I had. I was on the forums for it, right? I was on, for Subarus, I was on like Naziok, and it's the most toxic fucking place ever. You ask a question, you just get fucking lit up, right? And the same thing is kind of transferred over to Facebook groups, right? Where you have people listing something that really is worth what they're asking, and a bunch of other people that can't afford it saying, ha ha ha, it's not worth that. So that's why I wanted to do this show. So looking at this page, open a trades, not a real GT350. Thank you for putting that in the description. Real K code with original VIN. 289 top loader 4-speed. Paint could be refreshed. Good driver, fair price. So real fastback K code. 50 grand. It's in Sarasota, and they made it to be a GT350 clone. Okay, so here is a good example. When you're buying a fastback, keep in mind, let's rewind. If you buy a coupe and you want to turn it into a fastback, that car is literally going to be cut in half. That means it's easier to do wheel wells. That means it's easier to do transition pan, drop downs, floor, full floor, rockers, etc. It's already cut down. Okay, that takes your labor total much, much lower, and then you can turn it into a fastback. When you're buying a fastback, keep in mind that if you look at this rear quarter right down here, right where I said that trouble spot is with the quarter panel and the rust, right here you see this flaking off, and the killer is that bubbling right there. That means that you're going to have to get a quarter panel skin. Okay, so you're going to have to do at least half a quarter on this. But the issue is there's a reason that this is rusted. That means that the drop down directly behind it, so your trunk goes like this and it literally drops off. You have those two really annoying gaps that all my shit always falls into in the trunk. That means that where this joins up with the drop down, that's probably rusted as well. Okay, so you're probably going to need another new drop down. Okay, well, if it's rusted right here, it's probably rusted around the wheel well. And I'm going to have to pry that quarter panel off, which means the wheel well can get damaged if it's a little bit old. So when you're buying a fastback, I want you to be cognizant of the fact that this shit is very expensive to fix. Looks like he's got a hole. Looks like his rocker's kind of messed up too. Yeah, it's going to need some metal work. Your like rear valance, this has been beat up. He's saying the paint needs to be refreshed, but I was hoping for more out of this car, I'm not going to lie. I think it's a terribly fair price, to be honest with you. Again, you're under 50 grand for a fastback. Are you going to have to do work for this car? Yeah, but it's also a K-code fastback, which means it's going to be worth much more when you're done. So there is a significant amount of intrinsic value here. But be aware, y'all are going to have to do some work. And this is in Sarasota, Florida. 50 grand. Good deal. Good deal. All right, let me catch up. Yeah, I do need to come by sometime. Yeah, dude. Come by. Tribute. Yeah. I was hoping for a little bit more, but again, the prices, I'm still thinking the price is fair. You know, it's a K-code car. 70 fastback roller, no engine, no trans, 4-link rear suspension. Love it. Modernized suspension. You're on coilovers. Mustang 2. Okay, I got to tell you guys. So we've been working with Mustangs Fair for a little while now. We've been installing their stuff for, quite a long time. This is not a plug or anything. But I did a video on like the history of the Mustang 2 front end. And actually the guy that started Mustangs to Fear just commented on it the other day. He sold it. Now he does kind of the same thing, but for like Broncos and 4x4s. He commented on the video and he said it's not a Mustang 2. It's an IFS, independent front suspension. My bad. Terminology. Not all IFSs are Mustang 2s, but all Mustang 2s are IFSs. There you go. I got called out. I felt really bad too. I felt like an asshole. But it's cool.
I can admit when I'm wrong.
What was I doing here? Oh, front suspension, coilovers, new tires, wheels, 50 series. With a 9-inch rear. So really all this needs is body and trans. Pickup only. Note, last owner put 69 louvers in quarter panels. It's a 70. Stop asking. Excuse me. You really do kind of fucking get fed up with it. Like, you noticed earlier, I clicked back on the picture on that black coupe that had been converted. And I'm like, yeah, I know some of you are going to say it's a 68 quarter panel. Sometimes we get tired of hearing it, Just trust us. It's fucking 70, for God's sake. Lord. Price, 15 grand. This is in PA, so rust is an issue. Could be an issue if it's not been gone through. I love that stance. Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. Wow. Damn, girl. This thing is set up. Disc brakes. Dude, this, oh, it's even got most of the interior, so you just need these panels right here and maybe a new headliner, because that doesn't look right. I fucking hate the 69 and 70 dashes. I really do. This, oh, it says sold. Son of bitch. I was going to say that's a really good deal. I feel like on Marketplace, it should say sold, or in the group, it should say sold if it's sold. If you sell a car, it should be marked sold because it's sold when you sell it. I'm getting back on the train, guys, I promise. Driven 54,382 miles is this 69 Ford Mustang. Fastback is a coupe showing. This is California, Nevada car, 54,000, base 302. What's he want out of it? 39 grand for 69. Let's take a look at Fastback pricing for 6970, just to kind of give you guys an idea. Here we go. Yeah, average pricing 69 to 70, off of 113 sales, 57 grand. So again, we're pretty damn close to 67, 68 with a 69 to 67 or 69 to 70 Fastback. I need to clean my monitor. Because I'm like seeing stuff that looks like a rust spot, but it's actually just like airborne rust that floats around the shop. I have the black lung. Full interior. Just fucking hate that color. I'm kind of being a bitch today. I hate everything. Okay, so actually not much rust here. I wouldn't be too worried. I would definitely want to grind that back a little bit and make sure that it's just surface rust. And then again, this is that drop off. Same thing with 69 and 70. Water just drips down and then collects in here and then rusts out at the bottom. Again, Fastbacks, we're looking for rust right along here because that's a very expensive fix. That's your drop down right here. That looks fine, actually. Looks great. Surface rust. Don't be worried about this. You know, like, you just want to make sure that the metal is not pocked. Like, most of this is just going to be surface rust. This is definitely because of all of the exposed metal, though. You would want to go through and definitely have this lined underneath before this gets nuts. This is your frame rail right here. One of them. Again, it looks fine. I don't like this stuff. I would have to take a real close look, but that mostly looks surface. Again, guys, this person is like taking pictures close up of the rust. And I tell people when they're buying cars to really pay attention. So I'm looking at this guy and I'm saying, okay, well, he's asking a fair price, 40 grand. This is in Cherryville, North Carolina. And he's got a car collection behind him. So he probably knows what he's talking about. I'm going through the pictures. He's taking pictures of spots that he knows, I know, will be rusted. Oh, that's cool. That's the original sales ticket. Total. Okay. Total cash price for this vehicle in 1970. $3,400. Fucking what? Oh my god, dude. I can't even. I could pull up my marketplace and see what I could get for $3,400, and it's probably going to be a bunch of blown up Subarus, which I just sold my blown up Subaru. Okay, 65 Fastback, 289, 4-speed, A-code, no rust, no accidents. It's red. It's a red Mustang, guys. I didn't know they made red Mustangs. That was sarcasm. Every Mustang that comes. We got our first black Mustang in here. Black Betty. If you guys follow us on like TikTok or Instagram or watch any reels, you might have seen it the other day. It's our first black Mustang. It's really weird. And it's all one color, too. It's not like black spots. It's like The whole thing is black. It's like primer black, but still. Look how pretty you are. 50 grand, guys. 289. Manual transmission. Where's this? El Cerrito, California. All day, baby. Can you imagine driving on the coastline in California? Okay, maybe don't imagine driving on the coastline in California right now, but like, you know, back in the day. That is so much red. Can you guys handle that much red? I feel like I would get a headache just like pop it in there first thing in the morning. That's a lot. It's beautiful though. J code 289. Beautiful car. I think it's a great deal. I think it's it is so red. Yeah. Daddy likey. That one's pretty. Really, guys, if you're near El Cerrito, California, wherever the hell that is, this is a solid deal. You guys really should consider picking this up.
Time to sell my baby.
That's illegal in Florida. 1969 Fastback Mustang, rust-free, all steel body. Versus... Okay, many upgrades. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I've bought and sold a shit ton of cars. I don't give a shit how much you paid for parts. I don't. Like, I understand you're trying to establish value in your listing, but like, I don't care. You know, Blueprint 347, Holly Sniper. This is full. Okay, let's take a look. 45 grand, Frankfurt, Kentucky. Oh, that's pretty. Man. Yep, I would. Would you? Would you? You guys remember hotornot.com? Is anyone else here that old? You know, you like rank people on their photos, whether they're hot or not. You'd look over your buddy in high school and be like, would you? And now we have Facebook. Yay! Completely gone through. This is a beautifully built car. I don't see any issues with this so far. Completely lined on the inside. That's what we want to see. This is an IFS with full engine panels. That's awesome. That gives it such a clean look. Wow. Rear mounted battery. This is a very well done car. And you get a Marty report with it. 45 grand all day. 69 Fastback. Yes, sir. All right. Now we're going to get into Marketplace a little bit, but if you have not, like, subscribe, do the algorithm stuff. We have some more videos coming out here shortly. I've just been really busy. You know, we're busy over here cutting cars in half. I'm doing a firewall and a cowl on the Nugget. Yeah, it's just taking up all my time. But we'll get more videos out soon. Like, subscribe if you want to support the show further. Click some of the links below. We also I listed a couple of tools that we use a lot, like the headlamp we use and some like essential clamps. I left links for those below because sometimes that really helps you if you're doing this on your own. So check that out. Moving on to Marketplace. I am not finding, honestly, right now, any like coupes that are great candidates for coupe to fastback conversions. It's running a little bit dry. Like, am I cutting all of them in half? Or they are already all gone? There's a 66 for 15.5. Now, for a coupe to fastback conversion, I'll kind of... So, if you're playing along at home and you want to do a coupe to fastback conversion, there's certain pricing tiers that you should stick within when you're looking for a donor coupe, okay? If the car is just a roller and it's really rusted, you're buying it because the floor is okay on it and for the title, basically. You want to be $3 to $8 grand, right around that range. For a running, driving coupe that's maybe rusted up top or has a vinyl top or rusted in the quarters, blah, 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 but something that you can just do the conversion to and then suddenly have a running driving fastback, you want to be around 10 to 15 grand. That's kind of the sweet spot. So great interior. This one's kind of too pretty to cut. Okay, so I'm not seeing really any issues around the wheel wells or the... Oh, it's a 6-cylinder car. Sorry, you lost me. Drifty. Screwed up bolt shirt. Oh, I'm getting some more made. Keep on me about that. Fun story. The screw nut bolt t-shirt was thought up by a chick who worked in the HR department at like Gillette. It's crazy. She came up with it. I was like, you know what? We're doing it. I'll get some more though. Is this what he paid for it? Or is this listed on tech? It's not. Either way, it's a 6-cylinder car, so automatically that turns this car into a roller for me. Unless you just have a hard-on for 6-cylinder Mustangs. And even if you do, there's cheaper 6-cylinder ones out there. Way overpriced. Another 66. This is a 289 car. Okay? So this is a good comparison for you. The other one, 6-cylinder car, fairly good condition. 15 grand. This one, you get a 289. A lot of work mechanically, cosmetic, let's see, needs cosmetic love. I just don't have the time, blah, blah, blah. But again, with this one, for less money, you're getting a running, driving 289 coupe. And it doesn't matter how it looks back here. Like, I don't care. I'm cutting all this shit off anyway. All that we're keeping, if you're turning it into a fastback, is really the doors and the rockers, right? And the A-pillars. So I'm cutting the roof, I'm cutting the quarters, I'm cutting all of the interior right here. We're not going to reuse the trunk. So all of this stuff that's kind of janky looking right now, it doesn't matter for us, right? This is a huge issue if you want it to stay a coupe. Depending on how this looks. I think that tree, I think it's a reflection on the tree that's making that look worse. That looked like a spider dent. Spider dent? What the fuck would you call that? Now, this is knowing how to loom a wiring harness. I love it where if I have to like scratch my foot or something like that, that I just unplug my whole fucking harness. That's a wonderful idea. Okay. i6 is like an EcoBoost. It makes me sad. Dude, it's true. I don't know. Okay, so I did drive my buddy's F-150 with an EcoBoost in it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. This stuff, this was, hey, I see rust, so I'm going to cover it with whatever AutoZone had on the shelf. But again, guys, if you're turning this into a fastback, we don't give a shit. Ooh, he's got a BRZ. Or FRS. This is in Salt Lake, guys. If you're looking for 66 coupe, just a coupe, that'd be a great run for you. Coupe to fastback conversion, that's a great option for you. This is a 70 coupe on far too big of wheels. Like this is Glendale, Arizona. As an SVO enthusiast, your EcoBoost comment offends me. Gorge. Oh, I probably wouldn't buy an EcoBoost. I think it's the name now for it. It's just like, ugh. It's like the Chad of the motor world. It's an unflattering name. 70 project car, making 1970 Mach 1 replica. I don't know what a Mach 1 is. I know what a Mach 1 is. That was so snooty of me right there. I know what a Mach 1 is. Cheers. He'll trade $6,500. As long as there's no issues with the metal, this would be a good candidate for a coupe to fastback conversion. So you guys know you can convert up to a 1970. That's the That's the newest one you can convert to a fastback. Not bad. Let's see. We talked about this last week a little bit, but at 25 grand, this thing is like fully built. It's in Phoenix. Rust-free car, probably, because it's in the desert. It has 50K into it, blah, blah, blah. 302 blueprint, fuel injected. This coupe's the bee's knees. Great car. Great coupe. Center console. Aftermarket gauges in there. That's probably the Bluetooth radio. It's a really solid one. What's the one on this? 25. Okay, so running driving coupe, average price, 23 grand. But for this one, it's already fuel injected. It's probably already got disc brakes. It's got a blueprint 302, which hauls ass. Great deal at 25 grand. And it's in Phoenix, so it probably doesn't have any damn rust on it whatsoever. Let's look at this 67 13.8. At 13.8, Alf, what's up, baby? How we doing, man? I hope you like that trunk I sent up. I hope it got there okay. I hope there are no spiders in it. I was kind of worried about that. Guys, if you're a Mustang enthusiast or if you just like cars, subscribe to Alf's Mustang Garage. Great dude. Amazing tutorials, DIY stuff. He does all the stuff I don't do on Mustangs. I do like all the metalwork. He does like all the mechanical stuff. Let's see. 289 board to 302. Weird. Built well transmission, original 3-speed automatic. Repop wheels, obvi. Okay, so this is a good example right here. This wheel well looks like it's fucked up. And I'm trying to verify that with a photo.
Stop scrolling so fast.
I'll get back. Okay, so I think this wheel well, unless it's like the fucking reflection or something like that, I think this wheel well is probably trashed, which, again, if you're not cutting the car in half, like, there's a lot of labor here. Alf, maybe you can speak to this. You're doing a quarter on a 67 right now. Like, you just know that digging into this, if you're going to do a quarter panel replacement, you know that if there is rust right here, you're not going to peel the quarter off of the outer wheel well without a significant amount of damage, and probably the wheel well screwed anyway. So 13 grand, I think this would place me firmly in the coupe to fastback realm. So let's do a little math, right? So running, driving, 302 built, decent car, okay? You send it to me. I'm going to turn it into a fastback for around 14 grand. That means that you have a fastback version of this car running, driving for around 27, 28 grand. That's the initial math. Obviously, you'll need back seat, back window, door glass, and some trim and stuff like that, and obviously a paint job. But, I mean, if you're taking the car in stages, you could be driving around a fastback for 27 grand, you know? So this is definitely a little bit on the higher end. Like, we can't use this dash pad or anything. I'd want to look at the floor, because if it needs any framework or any floor work, that's probably going to put me out of the price range on this one. I'm not seeing anything too concerning in the engine bay, not that I can see. Do you like how you guys get intermittent close-ups of me when I'm like old man trying to like zoom in with my eyeballs? Good. Glad you guys are test fitting it. JR, yeah, Alf's videos are awesome. On a wheel question, how much rust is there that you can't see? Yeah, I mean, honestly, that really is the question. And when you guys look at rust, when you're going to buy one of these, when you're looking at rust spots, assume it goes like 3 or 4 layers further deep than you can actually see. Like, if it's on the quarter panel, just assume it's on the wheel well and the drop down too. Or if it's in the cowl, just assume that you're going to have to do a full cowl. You might have to do part of your dash or engine panel, stuff like that. Just know that whatever is rusted, whatever that is attached to, like, 2 or 3 layers down, that's probably rusted too. Let's see, Mach 1. Sorry, not Mach 1. 69 Coupe for 18 grand. This one's in Wheat Ridge, Colorado. Wheat Ridge. Wheat. You guys get it? You guys get that reference? Why is there tape there? So this is going to need maybe a touch-up paint job. This car actually looks pretty decent condition. 69 Coupe, let's see. Had a great time with the car. That's reassuring. New headliner, blah, blah, blah. LED taillights. I think he's a little too high on this price, actually. It looks really good, but again, coupe pricing, it doesn't matter if you're 65 through, 69, 70. They're all right around 20 grand. 23 grand for, like, pristine. Let's see. 66 for 21. Again, at 21, I want a done car. 302. Cubic inch V8 2-barrel carburetor, 3-speed manual transmission. Kill switch security system. I had a kill switch security system on my 91 Chevy Corsica. If you took the screwdriver out, it would just turn off. Security at its finest. Like, I want someone to be able to get in my car and legitimately not know how to steal it. Like, some crazy ass startup sequence where I got to tap my foot twice and, like, scratch my head and, like, tap the headliner and turn on the dome light twice and then the car starts. Impossible to steal. Great condition, hate the wheels. Yeah. Cost is $33. Oh, okay. Restored in 07 for $33. Okay, cool. Yo. Fucking what? Stop it. Did he really? OM Jesus. He matched the rims to the steering wheel. My God. That is some next level shit. Wow. You know what I should make? I should make like a mag wheel steering wheel. That's interesting. 21 grand. I think we're pretty close there. All right, 12 grand for a 66 coupe. I'm trying to find something dope. Dizzy dope. That's not a Mustang coupe. 68. Oh, okay. Let's take a look here. 7 grand. We're going to be in the ballpark of a roller that doesn't need a lot of work. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to turn it into a fastback. Anything that you get above and beyond a title and the car at this point is kind of a bonus. It's in Arizona. It doesn't look like there's a lot of rust. I mean, you have like sunspots and stuff like that. But again, the main part, if I'm buying this car, I'm looking to turn it into a fastback. So I don't like, if there is rust here, all I'm doing is I'm using that to drive down the price of the coupe. But like, this is a solid deal. If you're close to Scottsdale, you might want to check this out. What's it come with? Numbers matching. Don't care. 351 motor, C6 trans, and a 9-inch. Bill of sale. Motor spins, no spark. Okay, so it's not a running driving one, but you do get a 9-inch and a C6 with it. And a title. No title, just kidding. And a bill of sale. Utah, it's not terribly hard. If you get like just check with your local DMV or whatever. But to get a title remade for a car, it's not too bad. Like, usually you got to have bill of sale, and if there's like a mechanic lien on it, like all the paperwork and stuff. And then you have to get the car inspected by like a cop or something, or someone that owns the dealership. So no title is not a terrible issue as long as you can get a title for it. The one thing you don't want to do is not be able to get a title for it. It has to have the VIN numbers on it, because if you register this as a kit car, it has absolutely no value. We looked at the Good Boy 66 Mustang. Who you good boy? I need this. This one is built to have a motor that will take you from 0 to Jesus in 2-point poof. Don't buy drag cars, kids. Just don't. Just don't. Just don't. Just don't. Okay. You guys need to pick one. This one, I think this was a 6-cylinder car. Memory. No, 289 car. Again, this is in West Valley, not far at all from me. If you guys are in the market for a 66 Coupe, I have seen this one before. It's hard when you look at Mustangs all day and 93.5% of them are red. This guy went full fuck. Oh, it's got the bench seat. Brilliant. Love the bench seat. That's so cool. That's a rare option. I think it's a good deal for like a weekend cruiser, maybe a daily driver if you throw a fuel injection in it or something like that. Sorry, wasn't that one. It was this one. Yeah, great deal. West Valley, not far from me at all. Okay, we're going to get... Okay. Let's take a look at everyone's favorite, an Eleanor clone. 427 side oiler? What the fuck? Okay. Please tell me it looks better than this. Please tell me it looks better than this. Please tell me it looks better than this. Why am I paying... What? Complete car just needs paint at $125,000? Just needs paint at $125,000? You can kiss my white ass. Like, 427 side oiler, dope, cool. But 120... Who is paying $125,000 for an unfinished Mustang? Yeah, Alf, I actually... So, Oscar, the last one we kicked out, the roller had a bench seat in it. Super, super dope. Super dope. You don't want to load, you don't want to load, you don't want to load. All right, so let's take a look at... We're going to go ahead and pop into our picks of the week. Okay, so if you're enjoying the content, thanks. I appreciate it. I'm glad you came to hang out with me today and, you know, just look at some cars and talk a little shit, you know. Thanks for the support out there. Alf, you're awesome. Drifty, you demand. JR, you guys are cool. Jed, thanks for the support. You guys are super awesome. Share the show, share the channel, do the normal YouTube stuff. If you want to support the shop further, you can go to LostSocketGarage and get merch. If you're looking to do a Coupe to Fastback conversion at home, we have plenty of videos on it. And there's a link to the Fastback kit through CJ Pony Parts in the link in the description, as well as in the chat. We also have some other links of some of our other partners in there. Eastwood, you know, I use Delete Me and Surfshark VPN and stuff like that. So I put some links in there. Also put a couple of links to a couple of handy tools that we use a lot. Regardless, thanks for hanging out with us today. So we are going to get into our picks of the week. The first pick of the week is just the shop pick of the week. Now, this is where I go through Marketplace and I look at something and I'm like, yo, that's pretty fucking cool. And here we are. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there are several reasons that I love this beautiful Volkswagen. This is a 1969 Volkswagen Fastback Type 3 automatic. I don't know what the Type 3 is, but I like the 69 part and the Fastback part. It's legitimately why I clicked on this. Well, and it's purple. Purple's dope. No rust. It's clean title. And for $4,500 and a short trip to Las Vegas, you too could have this beautiful piece of German engineering. This is the cheapest Fastback you will ever buy. Can you imagine rolling up, window slightly cracked, vape smoke just billowing out the windows? You pop out, you go into your local vape shop, be like, hey, do you have anything that's purple? I want it to match my car. I don't know. I just make this shit up as I go along, guys. That's our pick of the week. Isn't it so pretty? Next pick is Derry's pick of the week. Now, Derry has an interesting taste in vehicles. Every week, he throws a car on my screen and I react to it live. Here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a theme today. Yes. Volkswagen V-Dub, FT-Dub. That means for the win for all of you old people out there in the audience. 01 Volkswagen New Beetle GLS TDI hatchback for $7,000. It has been modified in case you... What the fuck, Gary? It has been modified with a 6-inch lift on Jeep springs, 29-inch tires, F-150 push bar. This guy knows how to fit shit. I can't. OMGesus. Diesel smokestacks functional. Look how fucking tiny that exhaust is going into those massive stacks. This is in Harriman. I will go look at this for you. I will not drive it, but I will look at this vehicle for you. Thank you, Derry, for just another drop of amazingness that Facebook Marketplace has brought us today. Guys, I love you all. Thanks so much for the support. Wes, what's up, baby? Join us next time, same station next week. We're going to do the same thing. If you're buying Mustang parts, we get all of our stuff from CJ Pony Parts. Follow the link in the description. Have a wonderful weekend. Be safe out there. And until next time, do what you love. Don't be a dick. And as always, never be tame. Peace. Is this a man that's selling it? Mags. This is not helping. Why am I really considering buying this right now? This is sad.